Are you there? Kayla and I just arrived at home. Is there anything you need that I can pick up for you? I can stop by anywhere and pick it up on the way to your mom's house.
No, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Also, just stay home today. There's no need to come over here.
Huh? Are you sure? Will that really be all right? Won't it be hard if you're all alone at your mom's house?
I'll be fine. I think it'll be a lot better if you just took a break today.
I mean, okay, but are you really fine with that? Did something suddenly happen that I need to know about? If there's something wrong, I really am fine with helping.
No, I just know how much effort you had put into taking care of my mom, that's all.
I mean, I guess you could say I put a lot of work in, but I feel like taking care of her was the only thing I even managed to do well. She was such a help to me too, after all. I'm really grateful for everything she's done.
You shouldn't go talking about yourself like that. I think you've been a really big help, don't you? With how little I've been able to do thanks to work being extra busy, I know I've basically been leaving everything to you recently.
I mean, yeah, but that couldn't really have been avoided. It's not like you can tell your boss to not give you more work and expect him to listen.
Well, the thing is, near the end, Mom just seemed to always be angry with me. It's like the only thing she knew how to do anymore was shout at me.
Oh, she was? What do you mean?
Well, sometimes I went to see her when I had days off from work. I just figured it was a good idea to stop in and see how she was doing, you know? She had nothing but praise for you, don't worry about that. She constantly talked about how helpful you are. But she completely went off on me, saying I'm completely worthless as a son and all sorts of other stuff. She also always made sure to tell me, "You've got a good wife. You better be grateful that she's willing to stay with you, too." That attitude never really stopped all the way until she passed away.
Oh, wow. So she had been saying all that nice stuff about me to you, huh? Maybe it would be better if I headed over there after all.
Huh? What makes you say that? I'm telling you it's fine. Just stay at home, okay? Let me handle this. It's more important that you spend time with Kayla right now. With all that's happened lately, she's been feeling really down too. She could really use your support. Even if she wasn't a fan of me in the end, I can still take care of what's left over here. I'll have to get used to her not being around anymore anyway.
Okay, if you're really sure. Well, I'll just spend some time relaxing with Kayla at home then.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'll actually be staying here for 2-3 days or so. There's apparently some issues with the funeral planning that are going to keep me stuck here for a while. It's pretty frustrating. Things just won't settle down.
Oh, really? If it's keeping you stuck there for that long, it sounds like things really are a bit of a mess. Is there anything I can do to help with the paperwork or something? Maybe I can make some calls or help keep things organized.
No, I can figure this all out myself. You just go rest.
But, Ryan…
Look, I've decided that I want to handle this myself, okay? You've been helping with everything for so long already, so I want to actually manage to get something done on my own. It's not like there's a lot else I can do other than this anyway. I'm pretty pathetic, huh? Anyway, please just let me handle all this paperwork and whatnot myself.
Okay, I understand. Well, let me know once things finally settle down and you intend to come back, okay?
Yeah, I will. Good night.
Good night. Make sure you get some rest too, okay? I know how hard things have been. Today, we attended my mother-in-law's funeral. My husband, my daughter, and I all owed a lot to her, so we're really feeling her absence now. Though I'm glad we were able to take care of her well all the way until the very end. Ryan's work has been really tough for him recently, so I quit my job and focused on taking care of her myself. We were actually planning to have her live with us so it'd be easier to tend to her, but maybe she was worried about the change. But she said she preferred to stay where she was and refused the plan outright. Thinking back on it now, maybe it would have been better if I pressed harder for her to live with us. She and I had gotten along very well, so much so that it honestly felt like she was a second mother to me. At the time, I had started to notice a thing or two, but I had decided not to act on anything yet. I felt that it was important to find the right time to speak up.
Today's a day off, right? For both you and Kayla, I mean.
Yeah, it's a Saturday, and we don't have anything planned, so our day's pretty open. How are things over on your end? Do you think you'll be able to wrap things up nicely? Things have gotten better over here, so if there's anything you'd like my help with, I'd be more than happy to go. Just give me the word.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all good now.
When you say it's all good, what do you mean? Do you mean everything's all taken care of already? Wow, that was really fast. The way you made it sounded like you'd be stuck going through forms for a while longer.
From this point onward, you are fired.
Huh? What? Fired?
Now that my mom is gone and she doesn't need to be tended to, I have no further need of you. You have outstayed your usefulness. Take Kayla and go move back to your parents' house as soon as you possibly can. I have no further need of you and don't intend to continue providing for you. You may have thought that you could just live on what I earn doing nothing but eating what I provide. But I will not permit that any longer. Layabouts like you need to get out.
Oh, is that so? Okay, I understand. I will start getting everything packed up and get Kayla ready to leave. Once everything is taken care of, we should be able to start moving out. I don't think things will take very long.
Huh?
What? Did I miss a word or something? I don't really know what there is to misunderstand in what I told you.
No, just... I'm surprised you're taking this as lightly as you are. No questions, no cries of, "How could you do this to me?" No arguing.
I mean, sure, I probably would have reacted that way if I hadn't seen this coming a mile away. Speaking of which, you weren't even at your mom's house at all except for the day the funeral happened, were you? I'm pretty sure you went someplace else after that, right?
Huh? How do you know that? What, were you following me or something?
No, I'm not exactly one for doing sneaky things like that. I had already known about what you were doing. It's not like you would be stuck in paperwork days after a funeral anyway. That was just obvious. It's true, I wasn't exactly sure how you would play things after the funeral, but it looks like up to the very end, I read your every action like a book.
What do you mean, you read my actions? What are you talking about? What sort of horrid things are you saying now?
Oh, you think I'm saying something horrid? Setting aside your standards for horrid, I can assure you that the feeling is mutual. Frankly, I was wondering about whether you had caught on to me already moving or not. I honestly was getting a little worried for a moment.
Wait, what? You keep saying things and not explaining any of them. I can't keep track of everything.
Well, let's make it easy then. I actually just got everything moved out this morning. So when you told me to get out, I just thought, wow, I timed that perfectly. I really had a good read on the whole situation, huh?
You already moved everything out? When did you have time to do all that? Wait, where are you even going? You don't even have anywhere to move to, don't you?
Yes, I do actually. I'm going back to my parents' house, of course. I'm doing the exact same thing as you are. Now that I don't have to tend to your mother anymore, I don't really see a reason to stay together with you anymore. Even Kayla feels the same way. If I remember correctly, she said something along the lines of, "Now that Grandma's gone, it's painful to even be around Dad at all."
Even Kayla said things like that. Why?
What? Are you actually telling me you're shocked at hearing that? That seems pretty contradictory to what you were saying moments ago. Didn't you just say you wanted both me and Kayla to leave?
Well, I said that, yeah, but...
Clearly you don't need either of us, right? You don't think either of us are important to you at all, and you just want us out of your lives, right? I'd feel terrible for Kayla if it were anyone else saying that. Luckily, to me, my cute little daughter is absolutely indispensable.
Don't start getting all cynical on me. You've deliberately misread my intentions to make them sound as bad as possible. I just thought that if a daughter could only be with one parent, I thought it would be better for her to be with her mother.
Yeah, I'm not about to let you go and act like you're just respectfully stepping away from the situation, considering you are the one ordering us both out. Anyway, your stuff is all that remains in the house now. Feel free to do what you like with what's left there. Nothing else there matters to me.
Okay, got it. Wait, hold on a second. Aren't you a full-time housewife now? How do you expect to make a living? Especially with a daughter to take care of.
Oh? What, you first tell us both to leave without a care? Now you're worried that I don't have a job? What are you all worried about all of a sudden?
Well, Kayla's in middle school now, remember?
Yeah, and? What about it?
Well, before you know it, she'll need to get ready for high school entrance exams. The best schools always have them. Can you really make sure she can study hard enough and be properly prepared for them? I can't imagine how you would be able to raise her properly without an income of any kind.
What? Did you forget that I only lack a job now because I quit to help tend to your mom? Up until your mom needed care, I was working and earning money too. Speaking of which, I've already found a new job as well, so that's not even an issue at this point.
You found a job? Already? How did you manage that so fast?
Well, to be honest, it's all thanks to your mom. Before she died, she connected me with one of her friends who's high up in a company. That friend was willing to help me get a job there once I told him how I was planning to go back into the workforce. Really, I am very grateful to your mother for helping me network. I don't know what I would have done if it weren't for her. She was the one that asked him to keep me in mind in case I needed a job again sometime.
My mom did all that for you?
It's a really good thing that I got a lot of experience at my last job. They really helped the interview process go much more smoothly. So anyway, you don't need to worry about Kayla. I'll be able to take care of her just fine. Though that's not to say I won't be needing child support from you. We'll need to talk about that some other time with a lawyer present. So you'll definitely need to have documents ready to go. I hope you've been keeping good track of everything. Oh, before I forget, we'll also need to deal with dividing the property too.
What's all this you're bringing up at once? Don't screw around with me. If you're just leaving on your own accord, how do you think you can get me to pay any of that? No judge would ever make me pay you.
Oh? I think that's what I should be thinking, no? After all, you're the one who told us to get out first. Not only that, but Kayla has a right to your support as your daughter anyway. Regardless of who wanted to leave first, she needs help from both of us. As for the property, well, why don't we think about that for a moment? You were planning to live with someone else after you chased us out of the house, weren't you? That's the only reason I can imagine as to why you would abruptly try to force us out of the house. Am I wrong? Chasing us out of the house doesn't erase the fact that I have a right to half of the property. Do you think I'd be fine with just giving it to someone else? I can't say I have much of an interest in the house itself, so I'll definitely be making a case for having you pay me extra alimony in exchange.
What? Just how much do you already know? There's no way you could have known this much about my plans. You really did hire someone, didn't you?
Wouldn't you like to know? Well, we don't need to go through all of this now. We can deal with it later. Anyway, bye!
Wait, hold on. We aren't done talking.
The thing is, I knew about my husband's cheating for quite a while already. That's why I had planned everything out so I would be ready to divorce him the moment his mother passed away and the affairs were settled. It looks like he thought I hadn't noticed what he was doing, but he was sorely mistaken. Though he was at least not completely off the mark on one thing. I did have help, though I didn't exactly hire someone to find out about his actions. After all, it wasn't just me. Kayla knew, and even my mother-in-law knew about Ryan's infidelity. Sure, she needed to be taken care of at home, but that didn't mean she suddenly lost her intelligence. She asked one of her still able-bodied friends to collect the evidence of Ryan's actions for me. Then she arranged to have her property bequeathed to me after she passed. I truly cannot verbalize how much she has done for me. I am so thankful for everything she's done. What is it? If you have something you want to say, can't you just send it to me in a text?
When are you planning on actually returning one of my calls? I don't want to talk to you over text. I want an actual phone call. I need to actually talk to you.
Oh? I'm so sorry, but I just can't do that. Just hearing your voice would make me nauseous. So, for the sake of my own health, I will only talk to you via text.
Why, you?
Oh my! What's got my cheating ex-husband all flustered now? Trouble in paradise with your new girlfriend?
I didn't go and contact you to just be ridiculed. I have a serious question I need to ask you. When are you going to be coming back home? If you don't come back soon, things will really start taking a turn for the worse.
I can't say I have the slightest idea what you're talking about. What do you mean, when am I coming back? Did you forget that we have nothing to do with each other anymore? I don't see a single reason for me to need to go back to you.
What are you talking about? It's totally fine, isn't it? I don't see why you need a reason to begin with. We were married, so it's not too strange for you to just come back home sometime, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
You are making less than 0 cents here. Leaving aside how you think it's perfectly normal for a divorced couple to come back together at all, let alone in such a short time. Don't you already have some cute new girl with you? What do you need me for? The two of you are living together, aren't you? If there's something you need, you should just ask her. There's no need for you to be asking me for anything anymore.
Just shut up already. Please just come back home. There will be serious trouble if you don't.
Yeah, serious trouble for you, maybe. Trouble for you has nothing to do with me anymore. Anyway, I'll just be off.
Are you saying you'll be fine with not being able to receive alimony at all anymore?
Excuse me?
You still haven't received a single cent from me, right? I know I haven't been paying anything. If you come back home, I'll actually start thinking about paying it. How about it? I think that should be as good a reason as any to come back, right?
I don't know what's worse. The fact that you're using failure to pay alimony as a reason to make me come back, or how you actually think I'd agree with you. Trust me, I've noticed how you haven't been paying alimony. Did you really think I would just let you not pay and not do something about it? I have a perfectly good reason to not chase you for alimony. I don't exactly need to return to you to get the money in the first place, so you're just a non-factor.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I'm the one who's supposed to be paying the alimony. How can I be a non-factor? If you've got some reason for not coming back, just say it already.
Well, I'm not coming back because I don't want to, and don't have to, regardless of you acknowledging how you're neglecting your own responsibilities. Even if coming back would have made you start paying alimony, I still wouldn't need to go back to you. After all, I've been receiving money for a little while already.
What? How can you be receiving money? I wasn't given any auto-pay forms to sign or anything, and I certainly didn't make any payments myself.
Well, within your mother's estate, there's also money she had saved up for you. If you hadn't gone and cheated on me, that's money we would have received as a couple.
What? She had something like that prepared in her estate? I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. This is something she set up while she was still alive. Since about 3 years before we started taking care of her, she told me she was planning to put all the money she had into that fund.
All of it? You can't be serious.
Oh, believe me, I was quite surprised myself. I had refused when she told me about it, but even if that idiot gets ordered to pay you alimony, he'll do everything he can to not pay a cent. Saying that, she arranged so that the fund would get used to pay me, since she knew about your infidelity.
Hold on a second. Are you saying she knew about this beforehand?
Yes, she did. I had spoken with her some time ago about how we would probably end up divorcing at some point.
You coward! How dare you go behind my back and speak with my own mother about this? I am her son. If anyone should be receiving money from her, it should be me.
What? Didn't a lawyer explain this to you already? In her will, your mother left everything except her house to me.
That's completely ridiculous. How can someone unrelated like you receive everything? There's no way that's legal. Look, whatever. Just hurry up and come back already. I'm going to make you show me all of this money you're talking about, too. Got it?
Do you really think I'm going to listen to you? If I showed you the money, you'd obviously just try to steal it from me. How dumb do you think I am?
What? No! There's no way I'd…
I'm surprised you're still trying to keep this conceited attitude even after we've divorced. You do realize you have no power over me, right? Maybe you should try doing something that doesn't confirm every single impression your mother had of you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Your mother didn't just predict you not paying alimony. She also predicted you wouldn't pay child support. So, she also made sure to leave money for Kayla in her will, too.
Huh?
So to be perfectly honest, I didn't expect a single thing from you from the start. No matter what you try to tell me about not paying your alimony or Kayla's child support, I'm not going to think a single thing about it. So even if you haven't paid a single cent to me, don't go trying to act like you hold all the cards. You don't have a single thing to hold over me. Isn't that such a shame?
Just shut up!
Well, at this rate, no matter what you say to me, it won't make any difference. So I'm just going to leave. Well, bye! Have a nice time with your girlfriend.
Wait, hold on. You'd better work with me here. If you can't, then I can't live anymore. Joanne, listen to me!
Hey, do you really think that was a good idea? Trying to go and barge into my parents' house uninvited was a pretty ridiculous move, don't you think? You know what my parents think of you, right?
That's just how desperate things have gotten. I'm begging you. Please come back to me.
I'm pretty sure you've heard this from my parents and brother already, but Kayla and I aren't there. You realize that?
Yeah, I heard. Where are you? I'll head to where you are when you tell me, so please, where are you?
No.
Why not? Are you saying you won't even let me see Kayla again? I want to see her again. Please, I'm begging you.
Look, can you please stop this pathetic attempt at trying to play the victim? It won't do a thing. If you actually care about her and want to see her, maybe you should start by actually paying some child support. Maybe we can actually try talking after that.
But my mom already handled paying for that, didn't she? So there shouldn't be anything else I need to do. Isn't everything already fine?
What? Do you really think that because your mother planned around your terrible behavior, you no longer bear any responsibility? Do you actually believe that? What is wrong with your head? You certainly weren't taking this tone before you knew of your mother's plans. Not only that, but do you really think that a parent who doesn't fulfill the basic responsibility of supporting their child deserves to ask to meet them?
What are you talking about? Then what am I supposed to do? I don't have anyone else to turn to for help anymore.
Well, you've been saying that to me for some time already, and my response remains the same. I have no desire to help you. I am not going to help you. If you don't seriously change your behavior, I will never have any intention of helping you. If you don't intend to ever pay me alimony or child support yourself, can you just not contact me anymore? There's no real reason for me to even humor you with a conversation if you're not going to fulfill your basic responsibilities.
Hold on. Just wait. What are you even saying? The way you're putting it, it sounds like the only reason you haven't blocked me is because you're expecting money from me.
Oh, wow! That brain actually functions to some extent. So you finally noticed? Yes. The only reason I am keeping this channel open at all is so you can maybe decide to actually pay me yourself.
I thought you used to love me.
Oh, what pathetic trick are you trying to pull now? Don't remind me of my terrible life choices. A man who cheats on his wife is nothing more than an eyesore. Trying to play at my feelings just makes it all the more disgusting.
Why are you pushing me away like this?
How can you ever believe I wouldn't?
But I'm telling you, I'm the victim here.
And that's why I'm telling you to stop trying to pull the victim card. How can I ever believe that you're a victim of a situation you created? Kayla and I are the victims of your horrible behavior. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, the perpetrator.
I mean, yes, I can admit I did terrible things to you and Kayla. But I was scammed by my girlfriend. I thought that she was an amazing, family-oriented woman. She was also 10 years younger than I was.
You are utterly disgusting.
She told me that once we got married, she would be a full-time housewife and would do everything she could to support the family. But she...
Hey, I got a question for you. Is this sob story long? I can't really say I have any interest in whatever trouble you get yourself into, so I don't see any reason to listen. Can you just, well, not tell it to me? I couldn't care less.
Just wait, please. At the very least, just listen to what I have to say. The very first day we started living together, she hasn't done a single bit of cleaning. She hasn't cleaned any of the dishes. She hasn't done any laundry. Even now, there are flies all over the house, and the dirty laundry just keeps piling up.
Yes. And if you're worried about it, what's stopping you from just doing these things yourself? Are you somehow incapable of doing it?
That's why I'm asking for your help. Please, get this woman out of here.
Excuse me? Just do that yourself.
It'd be more efficient if you did it than if I did. Don't you realize that? If you came to chase her out, then we could get back together and bam! We'd return things to how they used to be. Isn't that a good plan? You get it, right? Let's become a family again.
I shouldn't even have to say this, but there is no way I would ever see you again. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Goodbye.
Wait, Joanne, wait. Please, can't you wait for me to finish? You're the last person I can ask for help.
So, after just 2 months, my ex-husband suddenly contacts me and makes a ludicrous request. All I felt was irritation as he was going on and on about his own problems. It made me think, why on earth did I even marry a guy like this in the first place? What could I have possibly seen in him? His mother was really good to me, so I was able to put up with it for this long, but ever since the divorce, Kayla and I have been living entirely new lives. And yet, I still have to deal with Ryan desperately trying to get us to go back to him? Ridiculous. I need to do something to deal with the situation once and for all. The sooner, the better.
Joanne, please listen to me. I finally managed to get that woman out of the house. So now it's totally fine, right?
Huh? Oh crap, I must have forgotten to block you. Sorry, please don't talk to me anymore.
Wait, what? Block me? Weren't you waiting for me?
I'm sorry, what? No! I never said anything even remotely close to that.
What sort of stupid thing are you saying now? I was so sure that you would come back to me. That's why I desperately got her out of my life.
Oh, did you now? I see. Well, I'm afraid that that's just something you came up with in your nonsensical head on your own, isn't it? I didn't say a single word to that effect. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I said the exact opposite.
You may not have said it, but your feelings came across perfectly.
I'm sorry, what? What delusions are you under now?
So it's totally fine for you and Kayla to come back whenever. The door is open. So please, let's start over as a family again.
Huh, you're actually serious. I'm almost speechless. Well, sorry, but I'm afraid I've been making arrangements for quite a while now. So there's not a single thing you can do anymore. You don't matter to me in the slightest.
Huh? Making arrangements?
Well, I was introduced to someone by one of my coworkers. He's someone who's the same age as me and also has already gone through a divorce. We've been seeing each other for quite a while now. So we decided we'd move in together, while thinking about getting married in the future. I've been making arrangements for the move. While marriage might still be a while away, we're talking openly about it and are dedicated to each other.
Wait, what? Aren't you going a little too fast?
Oh, you think so? Well, we both felt we needed a partner for support, and we hit it off well. Nothing strange about that. We have both been through failed marriages already, too. So it's not like we don't know about the ups and downs involved. We've been able to get along fine together. We aren't nervous to talk about marriage, and Kayla's already pretty attached to him too.
How could you? You're betraying me? You backstabber! How dare you cheat on me?
Oh, this is rich. Do you really think you have a leg to stand on saying something like that to me? I'm having trouble remembering. Who was the one who was seeing someone else and tried to chase me out of their house? So, if I'm understanding things correctly, your little relationship with that girlfriend of yours didn't work out, huh? So, to decide to try to get in close with me again. I can't believe you would even have the nerve to do something so pathetic. Well, considering how your private life and your job have fallen to pieces, I guess you were thinking, oh no, this has all gone wrong, or something, right? Well, I'm afraid you're too late. Far too late, in fact.
But you still understand my situation, don't you? I'm the victim. I'll say it as much as I need to until you understand. You're the only one I have left. Please, let us start over. Let's become a family again. You're the only one I can ask. It's obvious that I'm a much better man than this other one you're seeing.
Okay, so I was going to just let you whine into the void, but to try to say that? That's utterly impossible. You're trying to say that the man who's close to getting fired is somehow better than a company president? That the man who has a history of cheating on people is better than the man who hates infidelity and has experienced that betrayal himself? You don't have the slightest hope of comparing yourself to someone like him. The difference between you and him is so vast that it's almost impossible to believe that the two of you used to be classmates.
Huh? A classmate?
Do you remember Miles Baker at all? He was one of your classmates in high school.
Miles Baker?
Well, I'm working at the Baker Company as an engineer. The CEO of that company is your classmate, Miles Baker. He's the man I'm currently seeing.
No way. You're not serious. You can't possibly be. This is all a lie to make me jealous.
That's why I've been telling you that you can't hope to compare to him at all. Trying to compare the two of you is like trying to compare a diamond to a speck of dust. And don't forget, if you try to do anything to me or my relationship, you will pay severely. So don't go getting any funny ideas now, got it? It's for your own well-being.
Who do you think you're talking to? I wasn't thinking of doing anything.
Honestly, I'm really happy that he considers me so important to him. He really is doing his best for me, which makes me want to do my best for him. He sounds a whole lot different than a certain someone else I won't mention. Huh. After forcing his former mistress out of his house, Ryan, apparently being completely unable to do any housework for himself, just sold the house in its pathetic state and moved into his mother's old home. There's still a mortgage left to deal with, so I'm pretty sure his life is going to get worse before it gets better. If it ever gets better. Well, both in his old neighborhood and his mom's neighborhood that he moved into. News traveled pretty quickly that an adulterer was moving in, so it sounds like he's been treated pretty coldly by everyone. Meanwhile, I've been working hard at the Baker Company. I'm really happy Kayla has taken such a liking to Miles. It has made everything just that much better. I'm really looking forward to having another shot at family life together. Hey, Linda. Are you free right now?
Hello, Nora. Yeah, I'm free to talk. What is it?
Can you look after Katie later in the day?
Like, today? I don't think so. I have other plans for today.
Can you do something about it? I got called into work for an emergency. It's Saturday, so Katie's kindergarten is not an option either.
What do you mean, work? You got a job? Isn't Reed on a long-term business trip right now?
Right. About that, did I not tell you? One of my acquaintances opened a store, so I decided to lend her a hand by working there. It is much more flexible than the typical 9-to-5 office job. It's just that today, there is an in-person work matter that I must attend to.
I see. But sorry. I would be happy to babysit Katie, but I have plans in the afternoon today.
What time in the afternoon?
Around 3.
That's fine. I will be able to pick her up around that time. don't you worry. Okay, but the problem is that I'm leaving the house 30 minutes before the scheduled time, though. So I think your plan wouldn't work out unless you'd be able to come over here before 2 in the afternoon. I mean, I told you that I can work with this schedule. Anyways, I'll pick her up at your house around 2:30 in the afternoon. Nora, I don't want to have to say this kind of thing to you, but do you not remember when you said the exact same words to me multiple times before but still showed up later than our agreed time? To tell you the truth, I'm supposed to see my old friends whom I haven't seen in a very long time. Plus, I'm the one in charge of organizing this old friends reunion, so I really want to get there early. But I already said that I will pick her up on time. Are you sure that you can't just work something out? You do realize that if you're not available today, Katie will have to stay at home by herself, right? I know, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I mean, is it possible to hire a last-minute babysitter or something like that? Sorry, but I don't think I have time for that. I mean, if you're really worried, then please look for a babysitter yourself. What do you mean, me? Well, yeah, since I already told you that I will pick Katie up at our agreed time. What's more, do you not want to see your own granddaughter? I even went out of my way to create this perfect opportunity for you to spend time with her. Do you not think that Katie is adorable? I mean, I would definitely babysit Katie if I can. But it's just that you leave me in a very difficult position when you suddenly tell me to look after her without any prior notice. It's not that I want to see things go this way either, but I'm left with no choice. I also have work which I need to attend to. Plus, Reed is not here to help either. Though at the same time, isn't this what family is for? To always be there for each other in times of need like right now. I mean, if you could have just asked me in advance, of course I would make time and do my best to babysit Katie. But this time you are really putting me in a difficult position if you can't come up with another solution for this situation. Look, I promise you that I will pick her up without being late today. Please. I don't have anyone else but you to ask for this kind of favor. Well then, I really don't know what to say anymore. So, are you sure 100% that you can make it before 2:30 in the afternoon? Yes, I am 100% sure that I will be there on time. I promise you. Okay, fine. I'll look after Katie today then. But again, whatever happens, you have to make sure to be here on time to pick Katie up. Yeah, I know. So I'll be at your place with Katie in about 15 minutes. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your understanding and cooperation.
Mom, I heard from Nora that you got mad at her yesterday. Is that true? What happened? She said that she was very shocked.
What do you mean? I just told her to be more careful. I wasn't mad at her. The thing is that I actually had other plans myself that day, but she suddenly told me that she needed me to babysit Katie. Not only that, she even showed up an hour later than our agreed time.
Okay, but since she has to go to work, there's no other way she could have worked it out.
I mean, this is my first time ever hearing about the fact that she has a new job now.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry for not telling you about her new job. You know, I heard that during the day when Katie is at kindergarten, everything is pretty much fine. Anyways, Mom, you know that I really have absolutely no intention of causing you any inconvenience whatsoever. Nora told me that she just happened to be called in for work yesterday. Can't you maybe cut her some slack?
Reed, I know that you are on a long-term business trip, so I definitely have the intention of helping her with whatever I can, such as looking after Katie. But it's just that you leave me in a very difficult position when you suddenly tell me to look after her without any prior notice. Of course, I understand that there might be challenging times with not a lot of options left, and so compromising is necessary, but Nora didn't give me any notice for being late either. With that being said, did it ever occur to you that I might be stranded in a predicament because of that?
Now that you're telling me all this, I think it's Nora's bad for not being on time. Listen, I'm really sorry for discommoding you so much, but my business trip will be over in about a month, which means I'll be back home soon. So do you think that it's possible to lend Nora a hand whenever and with whatever you can just until I'm back home? You know that her parents live far away from us.
I know, but make sure to tell her then to give me prior notice from now on when she needs me for something such as babysitting Katie. I mean, it's not that I don't adore Katie a lot, and I'm happy to spend some time with her.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're trying to say. I will tell her to let you know beforehand when she needs you to look after Katie.
All right, I'm counting on you. By the way, there's something I want to let you know about Katie. She looked kind of down when I was with her last time. Do you know if there's anything that happened to her, maybe?
Nora's back working again, so maybe she's just a little bit lonely now that Mommy is not with her all the time anymore.
Oh, is that so? But I mean, doesn't Nora go to work when Katie's at kindergarten, though?
Maybe you're right, but look, Katie's just a child, and children can be very sensitive to even minor changes in their daily life.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just that I don't know if she has the jitters or is frightened, but there seems to be something that's on her mind all the time.
Do you think that perhaps it's because she just feels a little surprised to find out that Grandma will be looking after her for the entire day without any prior notice from Nora?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she looked like she had a lot more energy when I babysat her before.
Well, Mom, isn't it because she's kind of intimidated by you because you got mad at Nora?
That's rude. Obviously, I wouldn't be like this to Nora in front of her daughter.
Okay, fine. Jeez. Anyways, I'm going to FaceTime Katie right now. Let me ask her if anything happened when she was at kindergarten.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Please do that. Also, don't forget to do your best at work over there. And be sure to take care of your health since you live alone right now. Hey, Linda. I need someone to babysit Katie tomorrow for the whole day. So I was just wondering if you are available for that by any chance? No problem. I'm free tomorrow for the entire day. What time tomorrow do you plan to come with her then? I would really appreciate it if it's alright to drop her off at 10 in the morning tomorrow. I plan to pick her up no later than the evening. Alright, that works for me. By the way, I've been wanting to tell you this for some time now, but I don't have any toys for Katie to play with when she's here at my house. So I would really appreciate it if it's possible for you to have some in place for her. With that being said, would you mind bringing some toys with you when you drop Katie off tomorrow at my place? Oh, yeah, about that. It actually would make her more mature to just watch YouTube videos. So please let her watch some videos on YouTube while she's there at your house. Okay, but wouldn't she just get tired at some point of just watching YouTube videos for the entire day until you come back from work? No, I think she should be fine with it. I mean, kids nowadays love to watch YouTube videos. There are also tons of videos created and uploaded for children specifically. I remember learning it from somewhere, but I heard that letting your kid watch YouTube videos all the time is in fact not good for their well-being. Are you aware of this? I mean, when you're doing house chores or something like that, letting your kid watch YouTube videos definitely helps a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think that these YouTube videos can be helpful, but it's just that. Okay, fine. I know what you're trying to get at. I'll make sure to put some stuffed toys and dolls in Katie's bag so she can play with them at your house. But can you please stop telling me how to parent my own child? I'm doing the best I can right now to be a good mother to Katie. Oh, no. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. Linda, you do realize that your mindset can be a little too traditional, right? I mean, look at all the parents who are around us nowadays. They all just let their kids watch YouTube videos in order to calm them down or make them quiet. I'm not saying that YouTube videos are harmful to children. As your mother-in-law, I really do think that YouTube videos are very helpful at times. It's just that I think it would be better to limit the time during which Katie is allowed to watch these videos every day. That's exactly why I think that you need to keep up with the pace of today's modern society. What I am trying to say is, I do not wish to have my parenting style judged. I'm sorry if I offended you. Also, Katie comes home a little spoiled every time she's being looked after by you and you guys spend time together. She would always be fine with just playing by herself at home, but then ever since you began to look after her while I was gone, she would come home super clingy after. And this is when I just thought that maybe she's finally capable of entertaining herself. With that being said, I think the reason why is because you're giving her way too much unnecessary attention and making such a big deal out of everything she does. When in reality, all you have to do is the bare minimum, like making sure that she doesn't get injured physically. I see. The truth is, I want to see Katie turn into an independent child who can stand on her own feet. So I would appreciate it if you could please refrain yourself from doing things that are only unnecessary.
Fine. I'll take your advice into account. However, in my opinion, spending quality time with children and playing with them can never be a bad thing, too.
I've told you multiple times that parenting techniques and methods in today's society are drastically different from those of the past. So please stop getting brainwashed by information that comes from uncredible sources. Instead, I suggest you to inform yourself on these kinds of topics with updated and modern data. Because after all, it is my very own daughter whom you'll be babysitting every time.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to update myself on the child-rearing styles and approaches favored by parents nowadays.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation and understanding. Just one more thing though. I prefer to have Katie take a bath at home no matter how late it is at night. So please stop letting her take a bath at your house. The reason why I say this is because there are specific body lotion and shampoo that must be used on her because she has very sensitive skin.
Okay, I see. In that case, please prepare me some of her clothes that she could change into next time if you need me to look after her for the entire day. Because sometimes her clothes can get pretty messy and dirty when she's staying here.
Well then, can you please make sure that her clothes don't get that messy and dirty when you babysit her next time? Because if you can't even keep a child from getting her clothes dirtied, then I can't help but think that you don't have what it takes to be a mother. After all, at least you have parenting experience. So I hope that there wouldn't be too much need for me to worry about you not being able to prevent these kinds of trivial accidents from happening, right?
Okay, I'll make sure to take more care to keep her clean. I'll do everything exactly the way you tell me to then. Mom, Nora just told me all about it. What exactly happened there? Yeah, listen, Reed. I was just about to text you too. Actually, I have something to let you know. Something that you have to let me know? Before we talk about that, you first have to know that you can't just go out with Katie like that without a valid reason. I heard that you won't be taking her back either. Is this true? I didn't just leave the house with her without a valid reason, though. But still, you didn't let Nora know and get her permission beforehand, right? Mom, it's not okay to take your granddaughter outside just because you think that she's adorable and are fond of her. If you keep on doing this kind of thing, I'm going to have to call the police on you. Nora and I are on the same page on this. If you're talking about the police, I have already called them. Actually, we are at the Children's Welfare Center right now. What do you mean? It seems like Nora has been laying her hands on Katie quite often. You know that earlier today, Katie finally opened up to me and got the courage to speak the truth. What are you talking about? I don't think it's as serious as you're claiming it to be, like Nora laying her hands on Katie. Are you sure that it's not just a light spank or something? I mean, you used to spank me all the time before when I was little, Mom. What were you even thinking when you called the police? What you just said about me spanking you might be true to a certain extent. But what I'm saying here is that the way Nora's treating Katie right now can't even be compared to how I treated you when you were a kid. Are you saying Nora abused Katie? There's absolutely no way Nora would do that. I get how you don't want to believe it, but it's the truth. Katie has bruises all over her little body. And these aren't bruises you would get from an accident or a light spank, as you say. Wait, what? Are you really being serious right now? How in the world do you think that I will choose to lie about this sort of thing? Guess what? I found out about something unbelievable while babysitting Katie recently. Whenever I move my hand, Katie would give a short shriek and flinch in fear.
I couldn't figure out what was making her react like this. But then I remembered watching something about abused children on TV. I checked her body, and that's how I found the bruises.
Oh my God. I can't believe that out of all the things that could happen, Nora would lay her hands on Katie.
I mean, I didn't believe it. Or should I say, I didn't want to believe it at first, too. But when I asked Katie where the bruises and scars came from, she looked at me so helplessly. She told me that she tripped and fell on the stairs. The poor child!
Are you sure that she didn't get the scar from tripping and falling on the stairs, though?
That's what I thought at first, too. Like, oh, maybe that really is how she got the scar. But then I noticed how she was behaving very strangely. I know that I'm not supposed to make a fuss about it without any valid proof or evidence. I had to know for sure. So I'm sorry, but I hired someone from a detective agency to do some investigations on Nora these past few days.
And so what did you come to find out?
Only horrible things. The truth is, Katie only gets a light spank from Nora only when there's a lot of people around them in public. It seems that the poor girl also gets pinched in the stomach very hardly all the time when there are no eyes looking at them. I mean, I'm not surprised because you wouldn't know what Nora does to her at home when nobody's watching. What's more, Katie's been telling me how Mommy gets mad when she drinks her juice and that she doesn't want to go home.
Wow. I can't believe that she's been doing all these terrible things to Katie while I'm gone. I guess the fact that me being on a long-term business trip right now makes the house feel too empty and cold. It sounds like she's drinking again. Or how Katie is left completely to the care of her mom and Nora is just overwhelmed and stressed out.
Still, that doesn't give her the right to mistreat her daughter like this.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you. Anyways, I'll be heading back home right now immediately. Mom, I just want to say, thank you for taking notice of Katie's unusual behavioral change.
Of course. After all, I just did what I'm supposed to. By the way, Reed, there's one more thing that I must let you know. And I want you to listen to what I have to say next without getting all riled up. Linda, you're seriously the worst person I've ever seen. Do you really want to turn me into a criminal offender like this? Reed and the Child Welfare Center literally just got in touch with me. What in the world are you talking about? Just know that what you have done is certainly not something that could be forgiven under any circumstances whatsoever. Don't forget that I am the one who practically raised Katie on my own while Reed is on his business trip all this while. So it's obviously understandable to get a little physical with my child and give her some spankings when they're called for. I can't believe that the police and Child Welfare Center should want to contact me when in reality, this is all there is to it. Do you even understand what it feels like, as a mother, to have her very own child forcibly taken away from her? The police and Child Welfare Center got in touch with you because you're doing things way beyond the limit. With that being said, I don't think there's anything wrong that has been done to you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're overprotective. I discipline my daughter the way I see fit. Aren't you deciding for yourself, though, without any valid proof or evidence, that I'm doing terrible things to Katie? You don't even have the slightest idea of how much time it will take to get those people to give Katie's custody back to me. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Katie will no longer be coming back and living with you. What do you even mean by that? I mean that my son, Reed, will be filing for a divorce against you. Do you know what you're saying? Yes, I do. Not only do I hear the words that I'm speaking to you right now, I also just want to let you know something as well, because you seem to not be aware of it yet. But actually, the fact that you've been having an affair with another man all this time has also been made clear. I have absolutely no idea of what you're trying to get at right now. After all, it's not like I have the energy to cheat on Reed with someone else. Well, don't you just lie about going to work and hang out with this man all day? And if I have to break this down further, I made the decision to carry out some investigations about you. You are such a lowlife. You actually hired a detective? Are you insane? Did you seriously do all that behind my back? Well, guess what? I am for sure going to sue you for invasion of privacy.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead then and sue me. Because as long as Katie won't be under your influence anymore, what becomes of me doesn't matter that much. I've already made up my mind and thought about the consequences that could ensue before hiring someone from a detective agency to investigate you. But you know what? I didn't do anything illegal. On the contrary, I think it'll be you who's gonna get sued. Does Reed know all about it too? Yes, I told him everything he needs to know. I mean, he's busy with work and trying his best to provide for Katie. After all, he is the only parent that she has from now on.
Please tell Reed that this is all a misunderstanding.
But you do realize that none of this is part of a misunderstanding, right?
That's not true. I only hooked up with that guy because he threatened me. It's not like I wanted things to go this way. I am also a victim.
If that's true, you should file a police report, then file a lawsuit against that other man. But you two looked very cozy in these pictures. It certainly doesn't look like you're not enjoying yourself. Anyways, whatever you want to say, just know that your marriage infidelity is not the same thing as abusing Katie. I mean, the most important thing at hand is whether you really have been hurting Katie or not all this time as her mother.
I mean, Katie is just a child. Won't you feel sorry for a little girl who won't be able to see her own mother anymore? Don't you think that she might still need me to a certain extent?
Do you really think that a child needs a parent who physically abuses him or her? It breaks my heart to see how she flinches in fear with just the move of a finger. And that is because she is so used to getting physically punished by you in her daily life. All in all, I don't believe that Katie will grow to be an adult with a healthy body and mind when she's being raised by such a violent and heartless mother. Didn't you pinch and spank her so much that she has bruises on her body? I just can't seem to fathom for the sake of my life how can a mother treat her own child like you do, Katie?
Well, that's because she never listens to what I tell her to do. She just does whatever she wants and acts like a brat. So it's not like she never puts me in a difficult situation too. Shouldn't you be able to at least sympathize with me since you also raised Reed? You know how hard and stressful parenting is, right?
I totally understand the challenges and pressure a parent can be faced with. If I have to be honest with you, I think I know more than anyone else those times when you feel like the anger that's piled up in you is about to explode all at once. But there is a fundamental difference between just having some impulsive thoughts and actually putting them to action on your own child.
It's all Reed's fault for being away so long on his stupid business trip of his. With him never home, he literally leaves me with no choice but to solo parent Katie all the time.
Fine. I won't say what you just told me are all lies. But that should never in a million years be your excuse to mistreat your own daughter. What I don't understand is, didn't I help you many times to take care of Katie before you began to abuse her? You would always tell me to babysit her without any prior notice and basically just did whatever you want. What I just said right there. You won't tell me that none of it is true, right?
Don't just decide for yourself that I am a person with no pride. There's no way that I could leave Katie to your care multiple times a week.
Well, I don't think that's the actual reason behind it. You don't want me to babysit Katie too frequently because Reed would find out about you cheating on him with another man. Am I right? You were also afraid that I would tell Reed about your unusual behavior. Right.
No, that's not at all what I was trying to say.
Yeah, right. You never thought about doing anything that I just said. But no matter what you did cannot be pardoned under any circumstances.
Okay, but are you sure that you want to take things this far? Because if you're going to make a fuss about all this, Katie's life and future could greatly suffer. Plus, Reed and I were planning to buy a house after he comes back from his business trip. We were supposed to live happily as a family. So are you seriously going to destroy a family like this? You're a monster.
It's your fault that your family has fallen apart. Take a good long look in the mirror. The fact that you not only cheated on your husband, but also physically abused your child is the cause behind all this. Anyways, the most important thing to me right now is to do my best and help Reed with raising Katie. So please,
Stop texting me from now on and straighten out any matters that you need to straighten out directly with Reed. Please, wait a moment. In all honesty, I am actually having a very hard time right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Trust me, I was just exhausted from taking care of Katie by myself. I guess I'm trying to blow off steam by drinking and, well, that's the only reason I cheated on Reed with someone else. That's new to me because those weren't your words earlier. No matter what kind of backstory or excuse you had, you did something that should have never been done. Let me put it this way. What would you feel or react like if you were Katie? Would you really believe that your own mother had no choice but to take all her stress from being a mother out on you and cheat on your father because of that too? I mean, Katie is still a small child after all. She's not gonna remember any of this. She'll be fine. Oh my God. You've really proven yourself to be an irresponsible person to the last moment. I'm seriously dumbfounded after hearing all the things that you just said. Tell you what, you lack the most crucial quality a mother needs to have when raising her child, and that is love. Now, I guess the person who doesn't have what it takes to be a mother is you. After this roller coaster of events, my son Reed divorced Nora, although it took a very long time for the case to get finalized. What's more, luckily, he was able to get custody of Katie. At first, Reed felt very guilty towards Katie because he wasn't there for her and regretted the fact that he chose his busy work schedule over the well-being of his own daughter. Because he felt guilty, Reed was unsure about suing for child support, but he changed his mind soon after. It turns out that Nora and that man were together and began their relationship long before Reed even went on his business trip. This led to Reed hiring lawyers and taking Nora on with a vengeance. As for Nora, of course she didn't succeed in terms of asking for property division in her favor and Katie's custody. After losing everything that she once had, Nora had no choice but to return to her parents' house and live with them. However, even her own parents could not forgive her for the horrible way she had treated their granddaughter. Consequently, I heard that she got kicked out of their house shortly after. Although I don't know where she is right now, I'm just thankful for the fact that she's not coming anywhere near Katie. After all, the last thing in the world I want right now is to see Katie and Reed get hurt for a second time. Fortunately, my grandchild Katie is starting to regain the vigor and cheerfulness that she used to have now that Nora is no longer to be seen. I'm not sure if it's PTSD or trauma, but she was very clingy to my son Reed, her father, for a short period of time. Nevertheless, by observing her behavior at kindergarten, she is starting to make friends and socialize with the other kids there again. From what I can see, it might be a sign that her mental scar is beginning to heal. That is not to say that Katie will just forget about everything that Nora did to her. But Reed and I will try our best to make sure that even if this is the case, she knows that we will always be there for her, and that she will always be loved by her grandmother and father. I wish with all my heart that Katie can have a happy and fulfilled life from now on. To make that happen, my son and I will do everything we can to leave her with only positive memories to remember.
Hey, Miss Awkward Anesthesia. When are you gonna get around to straightening out my desk? How am I supposed to get any work done if my workspace is so disorganized? I don't want to come in tomorrow morning to such a mess. So you better make sure to tidy up my space before you leave today.
Julia, I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You know very well that it isn't my job to clean up your desk, or rather, anyone's desk but my own.
Of course it is. Don't be such a fool. You're just an administrative assistant. So obviously it's your job to pick up miscellaneous tasks around the office. And that includes straightening up my desk. So get to it already, because I don't want to stay any later.
I'm sorry, but I still have no idea what it is that you're talking about. I handle the administrative work for the office, but my job description doesn't include cleaning up your desk space. Isn't that something that you should be doing on your own?
You see, that's That's why people like you will never be able to move up the career ladder. You're nothing but an awkward, introverted old lady. You're in no position to tell me what to do. I'm on my way to become one of the top managers here, whereas you'll always be a paper pusher. You should be more aware about who you're talking to.
Just so you know, the administrative staff are also full-time employees like yourself, so there's really no difference between us.
Yeah, right. Compared to the work that we do, your tasks are nothing more than a walk in the park. Our job actually brings in money for this company. All you have to do is answer some phone calls and file some papers. Don't talk to me like you're so important or anything. We're a completely different rank.
A different rank? To be honest, I've never thought about it like that before.
Are you serious? Not only are you older than me, but you've been working here for a longer time, and you've never thought about where you stand? That's just a pity, and you must be miserable.
I've never felt pitied by anyone here before. Why do you make it seem like admin work is such a lowly job? And like you said, I'm older than you and have seniority in this office. Don't you think that you should show some respect and be mindful about the way you talk to me?
Oh, don't worry. I'm much more respectful towards everyone who's important in this office. And I don't mean to offend you or anything, but what motivation do you have to come into work every day? You do boring admin work all day, and you're hardly talkative, so it's not like you mingle with anyone in the office. Where's the fun in any of that? You're like the face of all antisocial and awkward office ladies in the corporate world.
Can you stop with the name calling already? I really don't appreciate that kind of negativity from you. I have no idea what your intention is, but your animosity does nothing to help whatever work relationship we have with one another. But it doesn't change the fact that we still have to work together. There's no need to prove or even act like one of us is better than the other. It's not a competition. If you're not comfortable with the way I am, you can just ignore me. You don't have to make it a point to harass me about it every single time.
Ignore you? But that'd be rude, and I'm not like that. No matter how antisocial you are, I always acknowledge your presence, don't I? That alone makes me nicer than most people in this office.
I never asked for any kind of consideration from you.
I know you never asked me, but I still go out of my way to notice, because that's just the way I am. And aren't you just jealous of me because I've been making my way up the corporate ladder, whereas you've been stuck in the same old admin job since you first started working? I've always been a career-minded woman, so I know a lot of people admire the way I am. Although some people just got jealous of me because I'm more intelligent and successful than them, and you're one of those people, right? You must be disappointed in yourself that someone younger and with less experience is moving up higher than you.
Not everyone works just so they can get to the top. I know that you put in all your effort so that you can earn that top position, but that's what you chose for yourself. I just don't feel the same need to be given a top title, and I'm perfectly happy with my current position. But if there's one piece of advice I can give you, it's that you should stop coming in late and leaving early so often. Especially since you never have a legitimate excuse for your absences.
What? Why is it up to you to point that out? It's not even any of your business.
In fact, it is my business, because it's part of my job to write up a report whenever anyone is late coming into work or leaves early. So please be more mindful of your working hours from now on.
Don't be so bossy. I'm sure that it's not part of your job to tell me what to do. You're just a lowly admin assistant. What's it to you if you have to write up one extra report? It's not like you have anything important to do anyways.
I'm not trying to boss you around or anything, but I don't see any point in trying to talk to you anymore. So if you'll just excuse me, I'd like to get back to my job. Oh, and one last thing. Don't forget to clean up your desk space before you leave the office today.
So, I hope you're ready for the big day. You're not too nervous, are you?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the party that's taking place this weekend. Don't tell me you forgot about it.
Of course not. How could I possibly forget such an important event?
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sorry. I've just had a lot on my mind these days. I didn't mean to make you worry. Of course, I haven't forgotten about the party, and I'm looking forward to it very much. I'm sorry if I seemed rather aloof just now.
Is everything okay? Do you want to talk about it?
Well, there's this particular employee who's been giving me trouble lately.
Let me guess. Is it that over-enthusiastic newbie in the sales department again? What is it? Did she say something to you?
It's not that big of a problem. It's an issue between me and her, so there's no need for you to get involved. Thanks for your concern, though. I guess I'm more exhausted than I thought.
Do you want me to say something to her?
No, that's all right. I'm not a child anymore. And I definitely don't want to trouble you.
Besides, I can handle my own problems by myself.
But you know that one word from me and it'll resolve any problem you're having immediately. Well, that's one of the things I find most attractive about you in the first place. You're always hardworking and never try to take the easy way out.
Like I said, it's really not that big of a problem, so I really shouldn't let it concern me so much. But it's the same thing over and over again every single day, and I guess I'm starting to lose my patience. I just wish there was something I could do to better deal with this situation.
I promise that everything will change after the party this weekend. You'll see that it's only a matter of time before that problem employee will finally see where she actually stands, once and for all. And when she does, I bet she'll no longer harass you like this anymore.
I don't know. It makes me really uncomfortable to take advantage of a position I didn't earn on my own.
That's very honorable of you, but there's no need to be so serious all the time. You've done enough for this company to earn my respect, and I'm sure that many other people will agree with me. Besides, you're not taking advantage of me or anything. You've earned it, honestly. Anyway, just know that I'm always here for you, so you can talk to me about anything that's troubling you.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm just overthinking this situation, which is a bad habit of mine. Thanks for your vote of confidence. I'd be completely stuck in this slump if it weren't for you. I'm really looking forward to this party, so I'll do my best to not let this bother me anymore.
I think that will be best. By the way, I'm having your dress shipped to you directly. It's a gift from me to you.
Oh, Tim, that's so sweet of you. But you spoil me way too much. Thank you. I can't wait to wear it this weekend.
What a loser. Where do you think you're going wearing that hideous thing? It's pretty obvious that you're in the wrong place, Miss Awkwardness. Why don't you just go home now?
Julia, you're kidding, right? You don't honestly think that you'll get away with what you've done.
This party is hosted by the CEO of our company. There's no reason for the administrative staff to show up. Were you even invited? Even if you were invited, you should have the decency to not show up. This isn't the kind of party for people like you. And that dress, which discount store did you even get it from? It doesn't even look good on you.
But that doesn't give you any right to pour red wine down my dress and kick me out of the party. What kind of a horrible person are you? There's a huge stain on my dress now because of you.
That's too bad, but it's your own fault. A fancy dress like that isn't meant to be worn by a loser like you. Why are you here anyways? You're always so antisocial, so I didn't even think that you would actually show up. Besides, your work uniform is much more your kind of look. You look even more awkward than usual in that dress.
Julia, I'm sorry, but you've really taken things much too far this time. I've been very tolerant of your mocking, But this is just more than I can take. I promise you that you'll regret doing what you've done to me. Don't you have any idea why we're having this party in the first place?
Of course I know what it's for. That's why I'm telling you all this, as a courtesy to you, so you don't make a fool of yourself. This isn't the kind of event for people like you.
Oh, so you do know what this party is for?
Yes, but I just don't understand why a lowly admin assistant like you would be here for the CEO's engagement party. Like I've been saying, you don't belong here, so you should just go home. It's too bad that you couldn't understand that until I poured the wine on your dress. I actually did you a favor, since you now have an excuse to leave this party right now.
Fine, if that's what you want. But are you sure that you want me to leave the party?
Yep, and the sooner you leave, the better.
If that's what you really want, I'll do as you say and leave right now. But just so you know, you're gonna regret it pretty soon. I can assure you of that. What do you want? And what's wrong with you calling me non-stop over 200 times? Are you insane? Have you even given any thought to what an annoyance that is?
I'm so sorry. I've made a huge mistake. Please come back to the party as soon as you can. Everything is a complete mess over here.
That's what I thought. But it doesn't even come as a surprise to me. I told you that you would regret what you've done.
It turns out that it was a huge problem that you left the party. I had no idea that it would be such a big deal. But you can fix this if you come back right now. So please, I'm begging you.
It's just as I'd expected, so I'm sorry to say that I have no remorse for you. I'm sure that I was very clear when I said that you would regret making me leave.
If you knew that it would be such a problem, why did you actually leave? You should have told me that sooner. If I had known this before, I never would have done what I did in the first place. It's not fair. Please come back to the party right away and tell them that it was all a misunderstanding. Otherwise, things are going to end up really badly for me.
You can blow up my phone with your non-stop calling and plead with me all you want, but don't you think that it's a bit late for all that? You should have thought about the consequences beforehand. Anyways, I don't mind going back there, since it's my party to begin with. But if I have to see your face again, I'd rather not, to be honest.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. I told you that I had no idea, and I'm sorry. But who would have imagined that you were Mr. Gore's fiancé? It was a complete shock to me.
Regardless, it still doesn't justify what you've done. You poured wine down my brand new dress and kicked me out of the party that was meant to celebrate my engagement to our CEO. Either you're really clueless or just stupid for not realizing this sooner. That's the problem with you millennials. You're just too naive to figure these things out. But don't think that you can just get away with this. You've certainly taken things much too far this time.
I promise none of this was intentional. I really had no idea. So you have to forgive me. But please, just come back. Mr. Gore is absolutely furious with me. You have to make him understand that I didn't really mean anything I said. I'm begging you. If you don't do something about this, he'll probably fire me on the spot. He's just fuming.
Oh yes, you're absolutely right. Timothy just texted me as well. It seems that you have the right idea about what he's planning to do. Well, that's just too bad, isn't it? What a pity though. But you completely deserve this because of what you've done. It's about time you take responsibility for your actions, don't you think?
There's no reason to be so cold-hearted. If you even care about what happens to me the slightest bit, you'd come back and fix this. You can't just sit back and let me get fired.
Do you think I really care what happens to you? Whether you end up getting fired or not has nothing to do with me.
What? How could you say that?
Think about it. You've done nothing but mock me every day until now and look down on me because of my position. And you took every opportunity to put me down and act like you were so much better than me. Don't get me wrong. I never wished that you would leave this company, but it's a bit of a relief to think that I wouldn't have to deal with your harassment from now on. So, if you're about to be let go, I wouldn't try and stop that from happening. I guess I should even thank you for bringing this upon yourself.
Huh? Are you seriously gonna betray me like that?
You claim to be one of the top employees in our company and seem to consider yourself such a career-focused woman. But isn't it true that you've only worked here for 2 years? What makes you so sure that you're so important or that you can get away with whatever you want?
That's not what I'm trying to say. This has nothing to do with my previous career.
You're right, but you're still late coming into work all the time, and you leave before any of us almost every day. It's hard to imagine that you spend nearly enough time in the office to get any work done. As a matter of fact, is there even a day where you spend a full day at the office actually working?
Of course there is. I'm very dedicated to my work, in case you didn't know. I'm just very efficient when it comes to finishing my tasks, and I'm very focused when I set my mind to it. I'm on my way to be promoted and earn a top position here. There's just no way that I can be fired over this little misunderstanding. It's just unacceptable. But you can prevent all of this from happening if you just come back to the party already. And please, you've got to convince Mr. Gore to take back what he said about letting me go. Otherwise, it would be such a disaster.
Unfortunately, that's not part of my job description, is it? And if Timothy's already made up his mind about what he wants to do with you, then I can assure you that he'll follow through with it. He's a man of his word. So it won't matter what I say to him. He's not going to change his mind. Anyways, I've decided to head back to the party, so I'll be there shortly. But if I see that you're still anywhere near the venue, I'm not going to go inside until you leave the premises.
What? So does that mean that I have to go home? But then I won't know if I've been let go or not. I can't just leave feeling so uncertain about everything. Please, Anastasia, you have to let me stay. And you have to talk Mr. Gore out of firing me. You're the only one who can smooth things over now.
I have absolutely no intention of doing any of that. Your poor attitude towards work and lack of dedication has been a big problem for our company, and rumor has it that many of your colleagues don't even like you. And your frequent absence have caused a lot of extra work for the administrative department. So in fact, you've been creating more trouble than good for this company. If it ends up that you're let go because of this incident, I'm sure that it'll be one more thing we can celebrate tonight.
How could you say such a terrible thing? I've already apologized for my previous words and behavior. What more do you want me to do? Don't you think that it's enough punishment already that I was threatened to be let go? I'll even admit what I've done and apologize for everything in front of all the guests, if that's what you want.
You can apologize all you want, but it's all a bit too late now. Everything that you've said and done to me up until I left the party has been really stressful, and I'm sure that you have no idea the emotional toll that it's taken on me. But the dress that I'm wearing tonight, the one that you completely ruined, was a gift from my fiancé.
Your fiancé? You mean Mr. Gore, our CEO?
Yes, the one and only. He specifically chose this dress for me to wear to our engagement party tonight. And not only did you mock his selection, but you also ruined it by pouring wine all over it. I've let you get away with most of your immature antics until now, but this is just the last straw. I'll never forgive you for disrespecting my fiancé like that.
Now that I know who your fiancé is, I feel really terrible about what I've done. I'm truly sorry for everything. I promise you that it's my sincerest apologies. Isn't that more than enough for you to forgive me by now?
Well, just so you know, I'll be sending you the bill for the dry cleaning fee. But I wonder if they'll be able to get that stain out completely. Red wine on a cream-colored dress. I'm sure they'll do their best, but I wouldn't really count on it. Oh, and if the slightest stain remains, you'll have to pay for the dress in full.
What? I have to pay for it? I'm afraid to ask, but how much does that dress cost exactly?
I have no idea because I received it as a gift. But if his other gifts are any measure of what this dress may have cost, I'd say it's a bit out of range for most people. In case you need a better comparison, it probably cost a few months' worth of your paycheck. So I wonder if you'll even be able to pay for it. Especially since you no longer have a job starting next week.
No, wait. I can't get fired. There's just no way. What's going to happen to me if I no longer have any income? This is such a disaster. I'm barely able to pay off my credit cards even now.
I don't know why you're even telling me that, since it has nothing to do with me. Your overspending is not my problem to deal with. All this time you've been insulting me because I'm more introverted than you, but what about yourself? You spend more than you can afford on brand name items just so you can keep up the appearance of being outgoing and keeping on top of all the current trends. But in reality, you're just carrying this huge debt and pretty much living paycheck to paycheck because of your high-interest credit card payments. Isn't it ironic how things actually are below the surface? And it will be a big problem if you're fired in this situation, isn't it? Let me just tell you that I'm glad I'm introverted and antisocial, as you say. Especially since I have no need to keep up any sort of appearance for the sake of others. Unlike you, I'm quite comfortable with who I am and what I do.
I promise not to call you antisocial anymore. So please, just help me out this one time. You have to come back here, like right now. I'm about to be kicked out from the party soon. You have to stop that from happening. Please, you have to tell them that I can stay. I'm begging you. I've always been friendly towards you until now. You're not going to just ignore that fact, are you?
Friendly? In what way? I can't even recall a single time that you've acted decently toward me. Besides, I've never even wished to be on friendly terms with you in the first place. We're much too different, so there's no way that we would have ever gotten along. So, as I'm sure you heard from the CEO himself, you're fired. Perhaps you should have considered your actions from the beginning. Then you might have at least still had your job. But for now, you better not show your face in front of me ever again. After that, Julia was asked to leave the party one last time, but when she still refused, security was called in and she ended up being led away by them. But as you can imagine, she didn't leave quietly. She was kicking and screaming the whole way out while all the guests looked on in complete disbelief. At the same time, Anastasia returned to the party, where her fiancé was anxiously awaiting her arrival. Anastasia was finally able to make her appearance at the party, hand in hand with her beloved CEO. Julia, on the other hand, was shown the true meaning of rank and finally realized the false impression that she'd always carried about herself. The reality of her mistake was such a huge shock to her that she pretty much had a mental breakdown. Timothy was able to introduce Anastasia as his wife, and everyone graciously celebrated the happy news. Blessed with everyone's well wishes, Anastasia couldn't have been happier with how things ended up. As for Julia, she was let go from her job immediately, just as Timothy had ordered. She was begging and crying for Anastasia's forgiveness, but was completely ignored, and it's no surprise either. It turns out that Julia had earned herself a pretty bad reputation, so rather than trying to sympathize with her situation, everyone was severely critical of her previous actions. As a result, she had no choice but to leave. This time without causing such a huge scene and embarrassing herself. In order to keep up her appearance as an elite career woman, Julia had maxed out multiple credit cards with her extravagant spending. By this time, she was already so far into debt that she was taking out loans to pay off her credit card bills. But that only caused her to go into further debt, and she just found herself in a never-ending cycle of borrowing and repaying. With no job and no savings, Julia became completely a lost cause. But unfortunately, there's no one to blame but herself for the way things turned out. Karma always gets its way in the end.
Hey, is this Mia's number I'm texting? I got your details from my brother. I'm Sean's sister, Rachel.
Oh, so you're Rachel. I've heard about you from Sean. I can't believe we're getting married. Is there something you wanted to talk about? I'd love to get to know you as well as Sean's other family members better.
Hey, let's not do this. I don't have any plans on getting to know you better at all.
Sorry? Did I do something?
I'm only contacting you because there was something I wanted to mention. There's a little pre-party planned before the wedding, right?
Yeah, that's what we have planned. I thought I already sent you an invite.
Forget about it. I definitely won't be there.
Oh, did you have something planned on that day?
Look, that's none of your business. Let's just say that I'm not feeling up for it.
What do you mean?
I just feel sick thinking that someone who has an upbringing like you is waltzing into our family, pretending to be one of us. It disgusts me.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You really thought he was special, didn't you? Get off your high horse. Clearly, you never got taught your place. There are important, refined households like ours, and then poor folk like you who don't know the first thing about etiquette.
Are you implying that I'm poor? Where did you get that idea?
Don't worry, I heard. You were raised by a single parent, weren't you? Besides, you didn't even go to college and just started working after high school, right? Clearly your household was so short on cash that you couldn't even go to college. Seems like someone was living a peasant life.
I don't think a person's worth is decided based on if they do or don't go to college.
Stop trying to talk like you're smarter than me when you lack a proper education. You probably just graduated some low-end high school and got some random job afterwards. They do say that higher education directly relates to how much money you make after all.
I don't want there to be bad blood between us before we've even met in person. But I want to set some things straight. You probably just heard that I was raised by a single parent and started to judge me solely based on that. But are you sure that's the right way to go about meeting new people? How immature do you have to be to use preconceptions as a reason to not meet someone?
Hey, watch your words. I don't want to hear complaints from someone that clearly makes less of an income than I do. Excuse me, but I have a PhD in management and make 7 figures a year.
Sorry, but I don't think you're realizing how pathetic you sound from the immature comparisons you've been making. I guess the stereotype that rich people are all condescending is true. It just makes me sad for your sake at this point.
Who do you think you're talking to? This is the reason why you poor folk have such a bad reputation. You probably rely on government support, don't you?
I can clearly see why rich people have bad reputations too. Especially when all you've done is judge me from the second we started talking. You've said remark after remark with absolutely no proof to back things up. Isn't that exactly what uneducated people do?
Trust me, you'll regret making me your enemy.
Look, I was trying to be nice from the very beginning. If anything, you're the one that's trying to make it so that we don't get along.
Just be a good wife to my brother and stay quiet.
I hear that you're 3 years older than me, so I expected you to be someone that's mature about their beliefs. But I suppose I couldn't have been more wrong. Seems to me that I was the more mature one.
Be quiet! I was opposed to you marrying my brother from the very beginning, and I have no obligation to get along with you just because you're now a part of the family. I will not be attending your party.
I'm sure everyone wouldn't be too pleased to hear that. I mean, the whole point of the pre-party is for both of our families to get to know one another.
I don't want to repeat myself again, but I do not intend to get all buddy-buddy with you at all. I feel sick just thinking about it. Besides, I'm busy every single day working at my 5-star beauty salon as the manager. Though I suppose you wouldn't understand what it takes to lead a business. I do envy how much time poor folk like you have, though. Anyways, that's that. I will not be showing my face to the party. In fact, I don't have plans on going to the wedding either.
Do you realize how selfish you're sounding right now? Sean and I have been organizing everything regarding this wedding, and we've spoken about it to both of our parents. Rachel, please discuss this with your brother. Mia, good news. I'll be able to come to the pre-party. I was able to get some time off work and it all worked out.
Oh, that's great to hear, Mum.
Did you hear back from Sean's sister? You were saying that she was against the party as well as the wedding, right? Yeah, I can't believe some people. Sean said he was going to take care of it himself, and everything I send to her seems to just get ignored. So I don't really know what's happening. I'm really sorry you have to go through that, dear. It's disgusting that there's classism in this day and age just for being a single mother. Maybe things would have ended up differently if I hadn't gone through with the divorce. Please, Mom, don't take it out on yourself. You thought really hard about all of that, right? Besides, I don't blame you for going through with it. You made the right decision back then with breaking up with Dad. Thank you. But being through a divorce really does make things difficult sometimes. He was a cheater, for God's sake. He didn't even pay for child support either, right? Wait, how did you know that? Mom, I lived with the two of you. I knew something was off from the beginning. Anyways, I was really grateful that you raised me all by yourself while working a full-time job. All I could think about was making your life as pleasant as it could be. And I'm so grateful for that. Sorry, I shouldn't be bringing up divorce when your wedding is right around the corner. I'm sure it'll all go well. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention about Dad. I don't plan on telling him that I'm about to get married. It'd just be awkward getting him to come along to the celebrations. Mia, about that. I don't know how he heard about it, but I got a text from him asking if he could come along. You're kidding me. Regardless of what you choose to do, you'll have my full support, dear. Knowing him, he probably heard rumors that you were marrying the son of the owner to a successful business or something. I suppose Sean's father does have a lot of connections, being the head of a company and all. Ugh, this is a pain. It was awful. I'll show you the text he sent me. I heard that Mia's getting married to a rich businessman. I'm sure she'll have a great life going forward. I can't believe all he can think about is money, even when it's about his own daughter. Knowing him, he's probably low on money yet again. Anyways, I'm going to leave the decision up to you, Mia. If anything happens, I will do everything I can to protect you from that man. Don't worry. I don't have any interest in inviting him to my wedding. I've also heard from Grandma that he had been asking you for money when he was running low. I heard he ran off with some of your money when you went through with the divorce. Oh, you heard about that. That's why you had to work 6 days a week back then, right? I guess it was partially my fault since I was begging you to learn piano and gymnastics back in elementary school. Anyways, don't worry, Mom. I don't want to deal with him anymore. Besides, didn't he start a new family? Wow, you really know everything. Isn't that the reason why he left you to begin with? The girl he was cheating with got pregnant, so he ended up marrying her instead, right? I heard everything from Grandma a few years back when they thought I was ready to learn the truth. Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently, I have a stepbrother. Not that that matters, though. Anyways, Mum, are you sure you can text right now? Isn't your lunch break about to end? Oh, I guess you're right. There's a lot lined up for me today. I was put in charge of dealing with a huge project to do with future stocks, so I've been stressed all morning. But talking to you has gotten rid of some of that stress. Well, hey, at least you'll get good pay if you're leading the project. I guess so, but it really is too stressful for my liking. And some of my team members just don't want to cooperate at all. I wonder if they think I'm just some bitter old lady. You're still young, Mom. Anyways, I really shouldn't be complaining. I'll talk to you later, dear. You've got this. Mia, it's been a while.
Oh, hi, Rachel. I hope you got the messages that Sean and I sent you over the past few months.
The amount of texts you two were sending was driving me insane, so I finally responded. Are you happy now?
Thanks. I understand that you're a busy woman.
Anyways, I've said what I said. I oppose of the idea that a poor second-class citizen like you with a single parent is going to marry my brother. And I still have no plans on going to your wedding.
It's true that I grew up with a single mother because my dad left us when I was young. But my mum raised me with love and care.
But you didn't end up making it to college, did you?
I had a different career path that I wanted to take after high school. My mum has nothing to do with the fact that I didn't go to college. I don't regret my decision.
You thought of taking a different path in life because you didn't have the grades to have a higher education, correct?
Besides, I didn't even grow up in a poor household.
I'm sure what you think is poor is completely different from what I think is poor. It's called perspective. Ever heard of it? I hope your defense for not being poor is that you had a roof over your head.
Obviously, I had a house growing up.
You just want to marry Sean because he'll be next in line to be the head of our company after my father, right? You're just a gold digger that got close to my brother for the money. But I can see right through your plans.
I have never planned on taking any money from the very beginning.
I need to have a thorough talk with Sean about choosing women and how he ended up with a moneyless woman like yourself. He needs to get on my level when it comes to choosing partners. You see, I've been thinking about marriage too lately.
Oh, congratulations.
He's 5 years younger, but he's very charming. It seems like he can't get enough of me. And to top it off, he gets a very large wage working at an elite company that his father is in charge of. Though I don't really care about money. I'm the head of a 5-star salon, after all. But he definitely is worthy of becoming a part of our elite family with a personal history like that. He even went to Cambridge.
He's an elite businessman that went to Cambridge. I'm starting to think you're lying.
Oh, trust me. When you're as rich and important as I am, men like that swoon all over you. My eyes can just tell if someone is successful. Then again, I suppose successful people just draw other successful people closer without having to do anything. I'm planning on introducing myself to his parents on the day of your wedding, so don't take it personally that I won't be showing up. Not like I'd go to your wedding even if I was free.
Oh, it's a real coincidence that you're doing that the same day as our wedding.
Well, he insisted over and over that he wanted to marry me, so I just had to. It's hard being a successful woman like myself. Especially when so many rich men want to date you.
Right. So I guess you really won't be attending our wedding then?
Why don't you just call off your wedding altogether? I mean, my family view me so highly that I don't even know if they'd want to show up too with me being absent. I've actually told some of my close relatives that I'm against the whole thing, you know?
Excuse me?
I've told my cousins and uncle that you're just a gold digger trying to get our family's fortune after all. I'm sure at this point they think of you as some conniving little thief only doing this for the money.
You told them what? No wonder Sean's family didn't respond to any of my texts either.
Do you get it now? We live in a totally different world than you do. You and your mother don't deserve to step onto the same pedestal as equals in a wedding. I mean, what if someone thinks we're also in the working class too?
I understand.
It seems like you're immature to the core. Immature? Speak for yourself. Seems to me that you were trying to take all of our fortune and I caught you right before you could. No wonder you sound stressed. Could you just hurry up and call off the wedding so we could cut all our ties already? I don't want any one of my relatives believing that they have to pretend to be family with you. What if your bad luck rubs onto us? You better not show yourself at the wedding. Huh? Why are you telling me not to come now? Isn't this where you should be getting on your knees and begging for me to show up? Well, it's clear to me that we could never get along. You were condescending toward my mum, calling us poor and uneducated, and didn't even listen to anything I had to say. Anyways, I'll be taking you off the list of invites to the wedding, since I know you'll just bring the mood down. Great! I'm glad we can finally get all of this sorted out. But keep in mind, I wasn't lying about being popular amongst my family. If I don't go, I wonder how many people will end up going. And if you make me your enemy, I'm sure my family won't be too pleased with that either. I hope you'll enjoy the backlash. Anyways, I have more important things to do than talk with some second-class scum. How's the wedding? I hope there isn't too much backlash from my family that I'm not there. I thought that you didn't have time to be talking to someone like myself. I just wanted to check in to see how chaotic this wedding of yours had become. I'm sure you could cut the tension in the air with a knife. I'm rooting for you, though. Thanks for checking in. You were going to meet up with your boyfriend's parents today, weren't you? Oh, right, about that. I got that all sorted last week. But regardless, something came up today, so I wouldn't have been able to go to your wedding. I'm a busy woman, unlike someone. Oh, I see. I'm running a 5-star salon, after all. When you're the boss of a company this important, you just always have things to do and places to be, you see. Though it's safe to say you'd never be able to experience something like that. Sorry, Rachel. I need to go now. The wedding is about to start. You know, I work with importing and exporting cosmetics as well. Oh, that sounds very stressful. Oh, totally. We just had an offer from a super high-end brand called Teresa to sell their products at our salons. I'm sure you're shocked hearing the name. I mean, who doesn't know them? And we'll be collaborating any time now. Well, I'm happy for you. Of course, something like this is expected when you're on my caliber. But I'm sure I'm going to meet far more VIPs moving forward when I become good friends with the head of the company. In fact, it just so happened that the boss is going to a wedding today. I didn't get a proper invitation, but I'm planning on showing up just to leave a good impression. You see, that's actually my wedding, and if you remember, you're actually not invited anymore. The head of Teresa is my mom. Wait, what? Hold on, say that again. You're the daughter of the head of Teresa? I mean, couldn't you tell from the address and dates that were on the invitation that I gave you? I'm surprised you didn't think something was off that both weddings overlapped. I threw it out without reading it because your name was on the invitation. I could have guessed. I'm surprised you even had the lack of decency to just rock up to a wedding uninvited. I was just going to drop by with my boyfriend and say hello to my client. He's going to be my next secretary after all. I thought it would be good if he had a chance to talk with the client too. That'd leave a great first impression, right? Well, you've made a terrible impression on me. I've told Mom about the things you've said to me. She knows that you had no interest to come to my wedding, and she's seen all of the awful things you've said about my upbringing. Hey, that was all just a figure of speech is all. I didn't even know your mother owned a business. Well, if you'd have come to the pre-party to greet everyone, maybe you would have figured that one out. I told you that I worked at managing a high-end salon, didn't I? You could have connected the dots and told me. But I suppose this is great news. The fact that you've now joined our family means that I have a direct connection with the owner of Teresa. Everything worked out in the end. My company will benefit greatly from this. See, Mom was saying that she wasn't going to go through with the collaboration, and that she had no further interests in pursuing any relations with your brand. Wait, what did you just say? There's no need to cancel things when we've come this far, right? It seems like Mum made that decision after seeing all the things you'd been saying. Besides, she was talking about how risky it would be to collaborate with you going forward. How would it be risky? Well, for starters, you have a terrible ego and you always put yourself first. Not only that, but after careful research of your company, it seems as though you've experienced bankruptcy in the past. You had been borrowing money from your own father just to keep the brand alive. And thus, she made the decision that it wouldn't be wise to work with someone as unreliable as you are. How did you find out about that? Well, after I finished high school, I studied abroad in Europe to learn about marketing. Now I'm working under my own mother and handling all of the marketing for our brand as well as doing extensive research on our collaborators' pasts. You're joking, right? So obviously I've done thorough research on your company as well, which I sent over to my mum. There has to be some mistake. That's right. We could always just say we have Teresa products in stock in our marketing and get more customers that way. Besides, it's not like we're actually bankrupt. My father has loaned me that money out of his own pocket, so our company doesn't take the hit. I can tell that you're an amateur at leading a business when you don't even recognize that borrowing money from your own father counts as you being bankrupt. I'm sure he was the one that built your brand up in the beginning anyways, right? Aren't you embarrassed that you've barely put in any work yourself and yet you were acting as though you were important? Though I wonder how much longer he'd help you out. Wait, if my father stopped supporting the business, it'd be over for us. And to top things off, if the collaboration with Teresa falls through, we'd have no choice but to close permanently. Wait, no, we'll be fine. My boyfriend is an ex-Cambridge student who's an elite businessman, soon to be my secretary. He'll be able to come up with an intelligent plan on getting us out of this situation. I'm sure of it. You're talking about the son of that one high-end business's boss, right? The man who's 5 years younger than you? Yes, we're going to be married soon. So please, I'm begging you to ask your mother once again to rethink her choices in regards to our collaboration. I don't think that's possible. Come on, you could always ask, right? I'll let you in on a secret. Your boyfriend's father is actually bankrupt himself and has an awful habit of cheating with multiple women. And to top it off, that boyfriend of yours is a serial gambler that loves to lie about things he doesn't actually have. Wait. There's no use lying about things like that. So you were actually getting tricked by the type of person you hate the most. Poor and lacking in power. Hold on. Why do you even know about all of that? Well, that's simple. That father that we were talking about is actually my father. And your fiancé is my stepbrother. You're making this all up. How could you be related to him? While I was researching your company, I also did a background check on you, which led me to information about your fiancé, where I learned that the both of them were manipulative people. They were only just planning to get close to you to steal your money from the very beginning. I can't believe this. My father left our family when I was in elementary school in order to marry the woman he was cheating with. And then he had a child with that woman, still not being able to get a job, resulting in him begging my mum for money. He wasn't even paying child support. Tell me this is all a lie. How did I get wrapped into this? How could I possibly be taken advantage of? If you don't believe me, why don't you do some of your own research? That fiancé of yours doesn't have an education past middle school and has no work experience either. You're making all of this up. Anyways, I really need to get going. The wedding is going to start any minute. Oh, and your father told me to mention that you should prepare for a call later tonight. I'm sure he has a lot he wants to say. And in regards to our collaboration, you'll receive a notification when it has officially been cancelled, so look out for that as well. Wait, Mia, please. We're family now, right? Could you do a favor for your older sister? This company is my life. So please, I need you to ask your mother again to continue with the collaboration. I beg you. Please. I don't think so. Please, you have to help me out. I was in the wrong. I apologize for everything I've done. So please forgive me. Mia, I'll lose everything. How ironic. Rachel, who was implying I'd curse her with poverty, lost all of her financial support from her father and a golden opportunity from my mother. Obviously, her company went under. And to add insult to injury, my father and stepbrother, who were trying to use her for financial gain, started begging her for money too. And now that I know the exact location where my father has been living, my mom has paid a high-end lawyer to ask for that child support payment he illegally didn't pay for back in the day. Are you going to be late again, Ryan? I know you're busy managing a company, but you're almost 50. Don't overwork yourself.
Oh, it's you, Dana. I'm entertaining guests right now. We'll talk later.
Oh, okay. I understand. I know it's part of your job, but don't drink too much, okay?
Stop nagging me, woman. You have no business talking to me like a wife. You can't even give me a son.
Again with that.
What? Do you have a problem?
No, nothing. I'm sure you're busy. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Hey, Dana. Let's get a divorce.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Are you still at work?
I don't need you anymore.
What on earth are you saying to me right now?
I don't need a 41-year-old barren woman as a wife. You are of absolutely no use to me now.
Oh, this again.
This time it's different.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's a 21-year-old woman pregnant with my child, so you can get out. All right? I don't need you.
What? Ryan, are you saying you're sleeping with a 21-year-old girl? You're old enough to be her father.
Our age difference doesn't matter. What matters is that we love each other.
So you're saying you're genuinely in love with this 21-year-old girl?
That's right.
A guy that's almost 50, with a dad gut and old man stank.
I don't stink.
You don't notice your own funk, Ryan.
Just shut up, okay?
I'm not going to shut up, Ryan. You not only cheated on me with a young girl, but you've gotten her pregnant? That girl had her whole life ahead of her. What would her parents say?
We have a kid together. They can't do anything about that.
Fine, whatever. So?
Huh?
We're getting a divorce, right? I'm assuming you've thought about the divorce settlement?
What?
You mean you haven't? Okay, then I'll ask a lawyer friend of my brother's to draw up the papers and send them over. He'll be in touch with you soon. Have you contacted your lawyer yet?
Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet.
You messaged me in the middle of your workday to ask for a divorce and you haven't prepared anything at all. It's so obvious you got hasty and didn't think anything through.
I just...
I'll pack and get out of the house by the end of tomorrow. Please don't come home until I'm done moving out. I'll have my lawyer contact you soon.
Hey, Dana. What's going on with you?
What do you mean?
You just seem so calm and collected about all this.
Is that a problem for you?
No, I'm just... You're losing your status as the wife of a company president. I thought you'd be a little more, taken aback.
You thought I'd beg you? Be like, no, Ryan, don't leave me.
Not exactly.
A large part of it may be because I don't rely on you financially.
What? But you're a full-time housewife.
What? No, I'm not.
You're not?
Remember, 3 years ago when my uncle died? He left part of his parking lot business for me in his will. I have my income from the business, so I won't be living hand-to-mouth or anything.
Oh, I see.
We went over the deed of transfer of business ownership. You don't remember?
Maybe. I wasn't really paying much attention back then.
It doesn't matter. I just want to get the settlement done without any issues.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'd better go tell my parents about this. So, I'll let you go. Bye. Ryan, I've signed the divorce papers.
Oh, good.
When are you going to send the money we agreed on? I wanted to see it in my account before filing anything.
I'm wiring you the money tomorrow.
I want you to do it today.
Why today?
You're going to live with that girl, Tina, starting tomorrow, right? I wouldn't want you to magically have all the money disappear from your account for some reason.
What's that supposed to mean? Nothing drastic is going to happen to my account overnight.
I'd like to get divorced as soon as possible. I don't trust you or your young mistress one bit. I just want to get this over with. So, Ryan, please, just do it today.
Fine. Dana, I wired the money. It's $50K altogether, like we agreed.
I see it in my account. No issues here.
That was fast.
I have my online banking page open. All right, I'm off to file the divorce papers.
Good. Go do that. I'm not changing my mind, so don't bother begging me at the 11th hour. I'm going to start a happy little family with Tina and the baby she's carrying. What use do I have for a 41-year-old infertile hag? I have someone to take over after me in the company. Really, everything's looking great for me, all thanks to Tina. So, it doesn't matter what regrets you have now.
I'm done filing the papers.
What? You're finished already?
Yep, I was waiting at the park next to the courthouse. I had the divorce papers signed and ready. As soon as I confirmed the money in my account, I went to the courthouse.
But isn't it closed at this hour?
They have a special window for certain types of applications. It's so nice of them to be available to citizens 24/7.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
All right then, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Bye. Dana! What is this? What do you think you're doing? And sending it to the office of all places? What is wrong with you?
Oh, you got it. It contains very personal information, so I sent it to your office instead of your house, where your wife might see it.
But what is this?
It's exactly what it says. It's the test results for your sperm count and fertility assessment. It says you're sterile.
I'm sterile?
I moved recently, and I found it when I was organizing my stuff. It was mixed in with my papers, so I thought I'd return them to you, even though it's been a while.
No, that's just not true. I literally have an adorable son with Tina.
I think you can see the date of the test results. It's from when we were going through fertility treatment.
What?
You backed out without treatment because of some masculine pride nonsense. We never finished. The results are from the tests done back then.
If that's true. My son, Julian. Then who got Tina pregnant?
That's for you to figure out. I'm not involved in any of that. I just found something that is not mine in my belongings and wanted to do the right thing by returning it to its rightful owner.
Wait, let's meet somewhere and talk. I need to get to the bottom of this.
I'm afraid I can't.
Why not?
I'm in my 3rd trimester, due next month.
Huh?
It's an advanced maternal age pregnancy, so my doctor and husband tell me to take it easy and not overexert myself. So many friends and family are coming to help me. It's so heartwarming. My husband won't let me lift a finger.
Pregnant? Husband?
I married a childhood sweetheart of mine about 6 months ago.
Oh?
Well, to be honest, the baby was a surprise.
What? You're not infertile?
That's right. I never expected to be a mother this late in life, though.
What the hell? Then what did I get the divorce for?
That's right. Really, thank you so much for divorcing me. If we hadn't, I would never have been bestowed my sweet little baby.
Not about that. I'm worried about me. My parents believe that Julian is their real grandson. I made a huge announcement when he was born about how he will be my heir. If it gets out that I'm sterile, I'll be humiliated. My younger brother's going to come for my position as president of the company.
Oh yeah, he does have 2 sons.
Please, Dana. What am I supposed to do?
Do you mind? I really don't want to have negative vibes. For the baby.
You're saying I have negative vibes?
Yes, you are my negative past I don't need. Positive vibes only.
But...
Goodbye!
Dana! It's a complete disaster.
Oh, hi, Ryan. It's been a while. Please stop contacting me. I am a married woman. The only reason I don't have you blocked is because I forgot to.
Please, Dana. Just hear me out.
I just asked my husband to sit here next to me. He can see everything you write. If you still want to talk, talk.
I guess that will have to do. Tina left Julian at her parents' place and disappeared. It seems she found the fertility test results and realized that I knew I wasn't the father. And not just that. She took $20K from the safe. and $100K from my bank account. She took it all.
Wow, that's a shame.
Because of this fiasco, my family found out about my being sterile. They criticized me for keeping such an important secret from them. They ended up dismissing me from my position as president. They ostracized me from the family, saying I was desperate and petty. I'm totally at my wit's end here. How am I supposed to go on?
Ryan, what do you want me to do?
What?
You didn't think I was going to suddenly feel sorry for you and what? Get back together with you?
No, I didn't mean...
My husband has a message for you. How can the person who deceived someone, cheated on them, and degraded them be asking for help from his very victim? For shame. I understand you have many issues in your life right now, but I don't have any sympathy for you. What's happening to you now is just karma coming back and biting you in the ass for all you've done in your past.
I'm sorry.
How interesting. So you don't blink when you threw away a 15-year marriage based on my infertility. And now your family dismisses you and ostracizes you for being sterile? But you know what? Maybe it's all for the better.
What? What do you mean?
Thinking for yourself about your actions and the consequences they led to is the best way to reevaluate your actions, Ryan.
Dana!
Well, goodbye for real this time. This is how my domineering husband lost everything because of his infertility scandal. Tina was arrested on a different charge while on the run. This meant Ryan finally got a permanent address for Tina. He immediately filed for divorce. He also sued to disestablish paternity, trying to prove he is not the father of Julian. The money Tina took was spent in a wild spree and he didn't get a dime of it back. While it sounds like a tragic end, there are some changes Ryan went through for the better. Losing his position as company president led him to encounter new experiences that enriched him emotionally. He now lives a quiet, humble, but tranquil life as a janitor. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.